The Truth About Goblins. Chapter 43. Her body ached for rest. She was desperate for it. But her mind refused to give her peace. She heard Kit's voice, doubting, repeating, "Timothy isn't human." Did that change anything? It shouldn't have, but it did. She hoped it was a mistake. It had to be a mistake. I just can't see how he wouldn't know. Could he have lied to her? Was Timothy even capable of telling a lie? Keeping secrets, she could understand. But a downright lie? Saphira, don't hide your feelings from me. Remember that I'm human too. There had to be more to this. There had to be a reason. But why wouldn't he have told her? Didn't he trust her? I can't leave without you. Maybe he didn't know. Maybe it was a trick. Maybe Kit was wrong. But what if he wasn't? She groaned, rolling out of bed as her feet fell to the floor. She had to know. Crouched on the ground, she ran her fingers over the cracks between the boards. She felt a slight elevation and pulled at it. The board came up, revealing the small hole where she had hidden her crystal. She paused a moment to take in the little stone shimmering in her hand. Already she could feel her pulse quicken, thinking to the task ahead of her. But there was no way around it. She had to know for sure. Tiptoeing down the steps, she avoided the spots where she knew the wood would creak. If Timothy were to wake up. She tried not to think of it as she clutched the crystal to her chest. Her palms were slick with sweat by the time she made it down the stairs. Just a quick turn, and she was at his bedroom door. She thought it was closed at first, but as she stepped closer, she realized it had been left open just a crack. She wrapped her fingers around its edge and took a deep breath. Slowly, she pushed it open so slowly, waiting for the door to creak, waiting for Timothy to wake up, waiting for something to stop her. But the door didn't creak. Nothing stopped her from slipping inside. And when she paused to listen, the only thing she could hear was his heavy breathing. It masked her footsteps, her pounding heart. It could have been a comfort to listen to, but it was deafening. She opened her clasped hands. The light from the crystal fell across the room. The floor, the walls, the bed. Timothy. She saw his shape, his arms stretched out across the blankets. Before she could shut out the image, she felt his hand take hers. I can't leave without you. She couldn't do it. She couldn't do it. It was wrong. She wasn't meant to use the crystal, not like this. Not against Timothy. But she had to know. She couldn't go back to bed. She couldn't ignore the doubt. If ever there was a time to use the crystal, it was now. So much was at stake, and she only needed a look, a touch. Then there would be no more questions, no more fear. She would be able to trust him completely. And she wanted to trust him more than anything. She wanted to go with him. Your heart will be broken if you choose to love. Her hands were shaking. She held the crystal tight, her fingers inches from his. A second, a touch, and it would be over. One touch. One touch. Hey, hi, I'm your narrator, Miranda Eastwood, also the author of The Truth About Goblins. If you liked this chapter, remember to add, follow, or subscribe to this channel so you can hear the next one. And if you didn't like this chapter, oh well, I can't really do anything about that. In any case, I just thought I'd let you know about my Patreon. You can check it out if you'd like to throw some support my way. It would mean a lot to me. Not to mention there's loads of extra exclusive content that I only post on Patreon. While I'm at it, I'll mention that The Truth About Goblins is now available as a complete audiobook, and you can get it wherever you get your audiobooks. Thanks for listening.